Welcome back to my channel. In this video we will learn something more about conditional statements. And so in last video we studied basic concept behind the conditional statements, how they are executed, what is basically the phenomena behind the using of the conditional statements and their basic syntax. So let's start our today's video. Open up your file example.py obviously. So this was what we did in the last video. You see here we have written a if statement that if we are basically comparing two digits x and y. So we have written a conditional statement that if x is greater than y, then give us certain output, and if it is not greater than y, then give us another output. So here the else statement will only be executed when the if statement is false. So what if we want to check different scenarios? For example, we want to check that x is greater than y. If that is false, then also check x is smaller than y. If that is also false, then also check x is equal to y. So we basically want to get three different outputs at three different scenarios. So for that we have to use multiple if statements. So in order to do that, just remove this else statement from here and we will write a multiple if statement. For example, we will write if x is greater than y, smaller than y, print x is smaller than y. And now we want to check another condition, which is both variables are equal to each other. So if x is equal to y, print x is equal to y. You see here I have used the double equal to sign. So basically the equal to sign, the single equal to sign is used for assigning. They are used for assigning values to some particular variables. For example, here we have used single equal to sign where we are just assigning some values to some certain variables. But here we have used double equal to sign, which basically shows that we want to compare between two values. So there is a x value, there is a y value, and we want to compare them. So I have written both values the same. So if I execute it like F5, okay, and let's see what is the output. So we have got x is equal to y because both variables were same. So what is happening basically is that the Python is checking each and every if statement independently. It is checking x is greater than y, it is also checking x is smaller than y, then it is checking x is equal to y. So we are basically checking entire all if statement independently. What if we want to check for example, we want to check the second if statement only if the previous one is false. We don't want to check the next if statement if the previous statement was true. So in order to do that, there is another statement which we call as elif statement. So it has just basic simple syntax. Just we have to do this here elif, and similarly we have to also write here elif. Now if I run it, so you guys are not basically seeing any difference in the output, but what basically happening is here that every elif statement is only checked when the previous one is false. For example, if x is greater than y is false, then the interpreter will goes towards the next statement, which is x is less than y. If that is also false, then it will go to the third one, which is x is equal to y. So in order to visualize that, we will check. Let's declare some other variables. Let's declare three more variables. Say just two variables, a equal to b, and no, just three. So we will assign them 1, 2, 3. So this is basically a very cool thing about the Python, that we can assign the variables, multiple variables in the same line. So let's visualize first the comment it first. I'm going to comment the whole thing from here to here and then copy it. Control C. I am master at copy paste. Control V and uncomment it. So let's first visualize the independent if statements. If x is greater than y, then print this. Then we have to write if a is less than b, print a is smaller than b, and if x is equal to y, or say b is equal to c, then print b is equal to c. And also we have to assign them same values here. So let's make it 3. Now if I run it, before running, let me change this condition also, that x is greater than y. So now I'm going to run it. Okay, so we have three statements, and you see every if statement is executing independently. So the Python is executing x is greater than y, which is true, then it is executing a is smaller than b, which is also true, and then it is comparing the b and c, which is also true. So this is basically the I want to show you guys what is basically happening at the independent if statement. So now if I write it elif statement here, and then I want to do it here, then let's see what will be the output. So I have only get x is greater than x is greater. So why I'm not getting the a is less than b and b equal to c? They are also true. It is because I told you that elif statement is only executed if the previous one is false. So the Python will go to the first if statement and see that x is greater than y, which is obviously true. So it will give us that output. So it will not gonna move towards the next statement, towards the next elif and the next elif, so on, because the first statement is true. But if I make the first statement wrong, so in order to make it wrong, just change the sign here, run it, and I am getting the second one. So the first one gets false, and the Python will go towards the next one, and if I also false the next one, it will go to the third one correspondingly. So here it is. So this is basically the elif and if else statement. So play around with it. We will meet in the next video. Bye.